Well, hello again and good morning. It is morning. It's a lovely day out there. I really should be out in the Jaguar. But I've got a fuel pump problem with it, which I've got to sort out. Something of a bit of a change. I've got a magneto here to repair. We'll just bring it in. It's from the 1930s or 40s. It's 50-degree V twin. I don't know where it's off, but it's been fully overhauled. New bearings, armature, rewound, new condenser, pickups, new bearings. Well, the problem with it is it's suffering from variable point gaps. And what I found when I stripped it was that the camering was floating about in here in the housing. I bored that out actually, but the camering was doing that, so you weren't getting 12th out either side. So what I'm going to do with that, I've bored it out, as you can see there, and I'm going to put a sleeve in which is 60 thou thick either side. Now it's a bit precarious because this is very thin, so I'll have to press it in probably with about a half a thou interference fit, but we'll see how it goes, and then I'll bolt the size in the actual housing. This mandrel is in the bearing bore, so it should be perfectly in line if it's turned in the lathe. This should be perfectly in line with the bearing, so you should get the same points gaps either side, but if not, we can always correct that. But we'll make a start. This is the sleeve that's going in. I've left 15 thou on the inside to clean out once it's been pressed in. I've got to take about another 6 thou off the outside to get the right size. So we'll see how it goes. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. In fact, I might just do it with a bit of emery cloth. Yeah, that should be it. Half a thou. Yeah, that'll go on. Right, I've got to put a groove in it. I don't know if you can see that. There's a screw in from the bottom there. screw goes in from the bottom, so I'll have to file a groove in it just to clear that. And then that part there is for the advance and retard cable. That'll be taken out once it's been pressed in. Right, parting off. Put a groove in first. I think that file's blunt. Touch. Right, that should be plenty for that. Right, parting off time. Got to get as close in as possibly here because we're a little bit short of material, so I'm going to be right up against the chuck more or less. Right, let's see what we've got. Looking for 0.747. Oh, I've got a little bit left. 12th thou. that can come off when it's after it's pressed in. Well, I've just pressed that in the vise and it's gone in okay. No problem. Just got to turn the inside now to size. Right. Right, that's spot on there. Let's see what size we're looking for. 1.874. So we'll see where we are now. .860. So 14 thou. Take 7 out and see where we are. .67. That's bang on 74. Take a spring cut. That's better. Yeah, that'll do fine. Great. Right, I'll just take this out the edge down a bit. Right, we're back in the mill. I'm just gonna run a drill down to clear that side out for the advancing retard lever. Be clear. That's where the advanced retard lever sticks through. That area there. Right, a little bit of clean up and then we can put it together. Right, we'll start putting this back together. First thing I want to do is put the bearing back in with its insulator washer. New insulator washer. But I'll heat the I'll heat the housing up first just to open it up a little bit. Probably end up ripping the teeth off the washer. That's it. Right, we'll let that cool off for a minute or two. Right, want a little bit of grease on the bearing. Not too much. Right. If you're doing one of these, don't, whatever you do, hammer a screwdriver between the end cover and the body, because it's unbelievable how much that throws a hammering off. I mean, if it is tight, hammer a Stanley knife and something with a thin edge. You can see I've failed that, because there was some areas that were high down here, you know, and the same on the case, so it's got to go back dead flat. This should be free to turn, but with no end float on the shaft. Right, put the little screw back in the bottom. No, it was in that position, so I'll put it back there. That's a stop for the hammering, advance and retard. Right, hammering in. Use points like. Definitely in the keyway. Right, we'll get it in a bracket and put a timing disc on, see where the timing is. And a points cap. Right, I've got this set up with a timing disc. I've got 12,000 on the points, so that's a good sign. We'll just check the timing and see where we're at. Just use the simple old method of a cigarette paper. Right, that white mark, I don't know if you can see that there. There's a white mark on there. And a white mark on the pointer. That's number 1 opening. and it's bang on the mark. Paper's free there, just as it's coming up to there. And with this being a V-twin, it's called a 50-degree V-twin, but actually with it run at half engine speed, it's 25 degrees. So on a normal twin, which would be 180, this is 180 plus 25, so 205 degrees, and that's your next mark there. It's 2 degrees out. So I'll correct that and then I'll come back to you. Right, I've corrected that. See where we're at now. And that's the first white mark that we're looking for. That's okay there. It's within a half a degree. So I think that's okay for a 1930s machine. Joseph Lucas, if it was within 3 degrees, he would be happy with it. Same with the points, if they were within 3 thou, that's their specs, you know. So just a note on, if you're setting the points on these, make sure you move. I normally move the heel of the points about 8mm onto the cam, so about there, but you must do it the same on the other one as well. You know, don't do like 8mm here and then go around here and end up in the middle of the cam. So 8mm onto the top of the cam. Check the points. The reason for that is that sometimes, and this will be the same, as you move it further on, the points open a little bit, so you get a false reading. You know, if you took a reading there at 8mm, and then you took this one in the middle, it could be 4 thou out or whatever, you know. As long as you take I mean, if you took it in the middle of each one, well, fair enough, that's up to you. But normally I'll just move the heel of the points about 8mm onto the cam at both sides. Right, that's that sorted. Another little job done.